Be prepared. An invisible storm has been unleashed, and it has nothing to do with the weather. It will not be measured by barometers or tracked on satellite maps. This is a storm of consciousness, a hurricane of fear, and it is making landfall. Right now, inside the minds of millions, the headlines are screaming about Iran and Israel, about escalations, about conflict and chaos, and that noise. That noise is a carefully crafted diversion. The real event, the one that truly matters for your soul's path, is happening in the silence between those screams. It's happening inside of you. Because tomorrow, the moon, in her final waning phase, will enter a silent period of judgment, a cosmic pause. And from that vantage point, she is watching. She is watching who gets swept away by the tidal wave of collective panic, and who learns to become the eye of the storm. This message had to find you before that happens. It fought its way through the static to reach you, because the chaos you see on your screen isn't just news, it is a frequency, a low, dense, parasitic vibration. And it is designed with cosmic precision to pull you off your center, to disconnect you from your light. But you have a weapon they are not counting on, a power they cannot understand, your silence. If you understand, deep in your bones, that your peace is a form of power, a rebellion against the chaos, I want you to drop an 888 in the comments below. The number of infinity, of balance, of breaking these ancient karmic cycles, of war and fear. Drop 888 to anchor the frequency of infinite calm into the collective field. Because before tomorrow morning, you need to understand one crucial rule for navigating this energy. A rule that will decide not what happens in the world, but what happens in your world. So stick around. The truth is, the moon isn't just passing by, it's testing our focus, and the final exam has begun. More on that in a moment. But first, look around. The world is reacting exactly as the script was written. People are choosing sides, feeding the digital armies of anger, amplifying the panic in every post, every share, every conversation. They believe that being loud is being involved. They believe their outrage is a contribution. But that is the great trap of this age. This moon, in its current quiet passage through the watery psychic depths of Pisces, isn't asking for your opinion. It's not asking for your anger, your hot takes, your digital flags. It is asking for your stillness. It is asking for your depth. This global crisis is a spiritual bait and switch. The headlines make you believe the war is out there in a distant land. But the real battlefield, the one that determines your future, is the 6 inches between your ears. The war is over your inner peace. The noise is designed to make you forget. The one place where you are truly sovereign, your own energetic field. To lose your silence right now is to surrender your territory. It's to allow the frequency of conflict to plant its flag in your soul. And while others are glued to the chaos, drowning in the second-hand trauma of the 24-hour news cycle, you are being called to disconnect. Not as an act of ignorance, not as an act of apathy, but as an act of profound spiritual strategy. The ones who can hold their frequency now, the ones who can maintain their inner sanctuary while the world burns with fever, are the ones who will become the lighthouses for everyone else. They are the ones who will lead the way out of the dark. And that path, that exit, is becoming clear in just a few days. There's a cosmic reason this is all happening now, and it's hiding a much larger, much more confusing astrological shift. In just a few days, Mercury, the planet of the mind and communication, will swim into the foggy, illusory waters of a conjunction with Neptune. the planet of dreams, deception, and the dissolution of reality. Astrologers throughout the ages have called this the fog of war transit. It is a time of mass confusion, where propaganda feels like truth, and truth feels like a distant dream. It is a cosmic smoke machine. When that alignment perfects, it will be nearly impossible to tell what is real. The energetic static will be at its peak. That is why this moment, right now, before the fog rolls in, is so critical. Building your fortress of silence today is the only preparation that matters. Because when the fog comes, you will not be able to find your way using your mind. You will only be able to find it by feeling your way, following the steady, unwavering signal of your own inner peace. Keep watching. This isn't just a political crisis. It's a final exam for your intuition. Right now, the collective human energy field, the very atmosphere of thought and emotion that connects us, all is vibrating with a wound. Think of it like a perfectly tuned symphony that has suddenly been invaded by 1,000 screeching, distorted instruments. The conflict between Iran and Israel is that sound. But it's more than that. It is a karmic echo, a painful memory replaying itself from centuries of conflict. A wound in the Earth's own memory. The ripples of this wound, the panic, the anger, the grief are traveling through the energetic grid of the planet, through the ley lines, disturbing the Schumann resonance, the very heartbeat of the Earth. You are feeling those ripples, that constant, low-grade anxiety that isn't yours, that sudden wave of hopelessness that washes over you for no reason, the ringing in your ears, the heart palpitations, the profound, bone-deep fatigue. That is you, an energetic, sensitive, picking up the static of the collective trauma. You are a finely tuned instrument, and you are hearing the screeching of the symphony. This is why your silence is so potent. It is not emptiness, it is a shield. It is a counter-frequency. When you consciously choose to be silent, to turn off the news, to step away from the heated online debates, to sit with the rhythm of your own breath, you are not just protecting yourself, you are creating a pocket of stillness, a sanctuary of coherence in the middle of that raging psychic storm. You become an energetic anchor. Your silence is a declaration to the universe that says, "This chaos does not have my permission to exist within me. This frequency of fear will not use my body, my mind, or my spirit as its host." The moon's warning is this. In her Pisces passage, she has become a psychic mirror. She reflects not the event, but our collective emotional reaction to the event. If we, as a whole, project panic, she will amplify the reasons for panic in our individual lives. Synchronicities of fear will appear. But if you, as a sovereign individual, project peace, she will find a way to bring you sanctuary, even amidst the chaos. She is asking you to choose your reflection very, very carefully. What you feel becomes what you attract, especially now. The 48 hours following tomorrow morning are what ancient mystics called the echo chamber, or the chamber of mirrors. During this uniquely potent window, the universe isn't listening to your words, which are often clouded by ego. It is listening to the raw, unfiltered vibration of your core feeling state. The feeling you hold is the reality you are ordering for the next several weeks. It is the energetic blueprint you are handing to the cosmos. This is the real reason. You are being pulled to step back from the world. It's not about ignoring the world's suffering. It is about refusing to let that suffering become your reality's dominant chord. Think of yourself as a master builder. Would you build your house with rotten, termite-infested wood? Of course not. Then why would you build your next chapter with the rotten, fear-infested energies of the collective chaos? One heated conversation, 1 hour of watching panicked reports, one argument online, it's enough to infect your entire energetic field and rewrite your beautiful trajectory for the rest of this lunar cycle. So be ruthless in protecting your peace. Be a fierce guardian at the gate of your mind. When you feel the pull of the chaos, the lure of the outrage, stop and ask, is this frequency helping me build the world I want to live in? Or is it simply feeding the world I fear? Choose what you let into your energetic home with extreme prejudice. Because once the echo chamber seals, it doesn't rewind. You did not stumble across this message by accident. You were pulled here by a thread of light. Let's be clear about that. For days, maybe even weeks, you've likely felt it, a deeper anxiety, a static in the air, a sense of dread you couldn't name. You may have felt unusually irritable, snapping at loved ones, deeply exhausted even after a full night's sleep, emotionally fragile, on the verge of tears for no reason. You might have found yourself endlessly scrolling, seeking an answer you couldn't define. This is not a coincidence. It is your spiritual nervous system reacting to the earthquake in the collective consciousness. While others are distracted by the political theater on the headlines, you are feeling the energetic truth beneath them. Your sensitivity is not a curse. It is a finely calibrated instrument. It is the sign that you are one of the frequency holders for this planet. You are a lighthouse, and a lighthouse doesn't run around the coastline trying to fight the storm. A lighthouse doesn't scream at the waves. It simply stands its ground, anchors itself to its foundation, and shines its light. You were supposed to find this message. You were supposed to be reminded that your desire to retreat, to be silent, to turn away from the noise, is not weakness. It is your soul's highest wisdom at play. It is the lighthouse keeper in you, battening down the hatches and turning on the lamp. The world needs lighthouses right now, not more ships tossing in the storm. And yes, this moment, you, listening to this, is your call to action. The final reminder from your guides. You are guided here for a reason. You are ready to do the work. When the world screams, your spirit must learn to whisper. Most people think they must match the world's intensity. They operate on a false spiritual principle of an eye for an eye. If there is chaos, they must become chaotic. If there is anger, they must become angry. But that is an energetic miscalculation. Imagine a massive, roaring fire. You cannot put it out by throwing more fire at it. You cannot reason with it or scream at it. You extinguish it with its opposite, with water, with containment, with the stillness of a fire break. The collective fear is that fire. Your silence, your deliberate calm, your sovereign peace is the water. It is the fire break. Right now, your system might feel like it's in overdrive, buzzing with the world's panic. This is the spiritual rubber band of the collective snapping you back and forth, trying to pull you into its vibration. That's why your silence is a weapon of peace. It starves the fire of its fuel, your attention. It cuts the energetic cord that allows the collective chaos to feed on your life force. When you choose silence, you are not being passive. You are making a warrior's choice. You are declaring that your inner state is sovereign territory, and it will not be occupied by foreign fear. So if you feel that buzz of anxiety, that restless energy, don't act on it. Don't scroll, don't argue, don't feed it. Observe it. Acknowledge it as an echo from the outside, and let it pass through you without a reaction. Use this jolt of external energy as a reminder to double down on your own inner peace. This is the moon giving you a chance to see what happens when you refuse to play the world's game. Tomorrow is not just another day. It is an energetic pivot point, a choice. In these moments of intense collective crisis, the veil between thought and reality thins to the width of a breath. Our power to sculpt our reality becomes unusually strong. But it's not the big, loud, dramatic actions that matter most. It's the almost invisible ones. The choice to listen to calming music instead of a political podcast. The choice to go for a walk in nature instead of scrolling through images of conflict. The choice to send a message of love to a friend instead of a message of anger to a stranger online. The words you choose to speak tomorrow will echo longer. The thoughts you choose to entertain will embed deeper. It's a day where the energetic soil of your life is incredibly fertile. If you plant seeds of panic by obsessing over the news, you will harvest a reality of fear. If you plant seeds of peace by choosing deliberate silence, you will harvest a reality of sanctuary. This is why your first move tomorrow morning is the most important decision you will make all day. The world will be screaming for your attention. The headlines, the notifications, the opinions of others, they will all be fighting for a piece of your energy. Your silence is a rebellion. It is a conscious choice to create your own weather system instead of being swept away by the world's hurricane. Don't worry about controlling the world. Just respect the power of your own focus. Speak with intention. Think with clarity. And do not throw your casual energy into a fire that is already burning out of control. Because tomorrow, your silence doesn't just protect you, it sends a ripple of healing into the world. Your first 60 seconds after waking up tomorrow are a sacred contract with the universe. Not your first thought, not your to-do list, not the newsfeed on your phone. It is the first vibration you choose to hold. Because the moon, in this hypersensitive, psychic state, is listening. She is taking her cue for the day from your first signal. So here is the ritual. The only rule that matters tomorrow. It is your shield and your sword. When you wake up, and you must do this before your feet touch the floor, before you look at a single screen, do this. First, remain lying down or sit up slowly, but keep your eyes closed. Place a hand over your heart. Second, begin a simple box breath. Inhale slowly for a count of 4. Hold your breath for a count of 4. Exhale slowly for a count of 4. And hold the emptiness for a count of 4. Do this 3 times. This is the breath of balance. It tells your nervous system that you are safe. Third, as you continue to breathe, visualize a shield of shimmering, golden white light forming around your entire body. See it as a solid, impenetrable sphere. This is your sovereign space. Finally, for the remainder of the 60 seconds, do not ask for anything. Do not affirm anything. Simply feel the feeling of peace in your heart, under your hand. Feel the stillness you just created with your breath. Let that feeling of calm be the first ripple you send out into the day. You have just set your frequency before the world could set it for you. You have told the moon and the universe, I am the source of my own state. My peace is not negotiable. That 1 minute of deliberate ritual is more powerful than hours of meditation done in a state of panic. It is your calibration point. The moon wants to know, are you letting the world dictate your reality, or are you the one in charge? Those 60 seconds are where your answer lives. If you're still watching, I want to sincerely thank you for your energy and your focus. It takes strength to receive a message like this in a world so full of noise. If this resonated with you, and you want to continue exploring these deeper truths and navigating these intense times together, please consider clicking the subscribe button. Your support is deeply appreciated and helps this light reach others. Feel free to share your own experiences with holding your peace amidst the chaos in the comments below. Your story could be the sign someone else needs to see. Until next time, take care, hold your light steady, and remember to subscribe for more insightful content.